to the Jiggy Jaguar Show on the network.
Okay, so earlier I had guests that I couldn't get to call me, that weren't there when I called them. And now I've got guests calling on top of each other. Oh, it's the Sunday radio show, kids. Get a hold of us online, jiggyjaguar.com. Also, dial us up on Skype. It is Jiggy dot Jaguar if you want to. Oh, Skype us. Johnny never said Skype, but if Johnny did say Skype, he would say it that way. We are going to go to our next guest. They are going to join us live here on our big broadcast. Metonic is with us. They are an old school heavy metal band with a twist, and they join us live here on our big program. And Rich joins us. Rich, welcome to the program. How are you, sir?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, actually. So, tell me a little bit about the band.
Well, just as the description says, old school metal. I'm an old dude, so they go by my influences. Maiden, Priest, Metallica, that type of stuff, and standard tuning on the guitars, those types of things. So it's any of that, real drop stuff where the strings are hanging off the guitars and all of that type of thing. But anyway, it's just old school type of metal with classic type vocals. No real growly type stuff through there, and that's just kind of the basic idea behind it.
That's awesome. So, how did the band get together as a group?
Well, so back at the end of 2019, after I had left a band called Iron Jaw, I was just singing for them. Some other people approached me, and we put together a project, and I already had the name Metonic, and so we just kind of went forward with that, and put out our first EP. And unfortunately, as you well know, sometimes things just don't work out. So split off from those guys, recruited new people, and here we are, and we got our second album out, and it's called The Priest, and it's just a really good time. And yeah, I guess that's about that.
So tell me a little bit about this new album.
Okay, so The Priest is the name of it, and we put some time into writing and developing the songs, and the title track off of there. It's basically about a priest who was excommunicated from the church, if you will, and because he believed strongly that the beast was going to come back and battle for domination of the earth, and so the priest comes back into the church where this is going to go down, and then it's just a fight between them two, between the priest and the beast.
That's awesome. That is fantastic. Have you thought about doing music videos or some animated music videos or something to this? Because that would make some cool imagery.
Yeah, I always think it would make like a really cool movie or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely don't have the budget for a movie. But we do have a video out for The Priest, but it's mostly just live footage from different venues that we played at. It kind of shows the progression, small bar, bigger venue to a really big stage in Dallas, Texas. So it's kind of neat put together like that. And there are some some clips of different like an axe or a beast looking dude or those types of things. Maybe
that is awesome.
That type of stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. Rich joins us here on our big broadcast. So, where do you guys see yourself in a couple years? What are some of the goals for the band?
Just continue to push the music, push the singles, get out and play as often as we can, and hopefully, get on some festival lineups and stuff like that so we can get in front of some big crowds. I would imagine, maybe next year putting out another album. We'll just kind of see how that goes. I'm already writing new material, so haven't really presented anything to the guys yet, but we'll get to that when the time is correct.
That's awesome. You guys are fantastic. Metonic is with us today. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
You are, yeah. So,
okay.
Little background on the name, if
yes.
you don't mind.
Yes, tell us. So
I took metal and demonic and smashed them together, and that's where you come up with Metonic. Awesome. And then, of course, when you get a name, bands don't do this often enough, right? But with the ease of internet and everything like that, it shouldn't be that difficult to do. But then I looked to see if anybody else had that name.
That's right.
So nobody else has that name. So there it is. And then I also looked to see if it had a definition, and it does. It's a lunar cycle that takes like 19 years. So that's kind of cool too. So that's
okay.
That's part of the logo. So the logo is a man in the moon, and so that's where that comes from.
That is fantastic. We have got a great guest with us today. Rich from Metonic joins us here on our program. So what are some of the musical heroes and influences with the band?
Okay, so we'll start with Joe. He's the drummer. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here today, scheduling things and whatnot, holiday weekend.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all those
Yeah.
stuff. But
that's cool.
Joe, he's the drummer. He's into some old hard rock type stuff and some Bad Company, Led Zeppelin, stuff like that, and of course bands like Metallica, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, all of the standards is what he's into, and he's just a fantastic player. Hazer, he's the lead guitar player. He's a young guy. He's only he just turned 21 like a couple of weeks ago.
That's awesome.
But he has a really old soul though. That kid is mature way beyond his years, and he just loves all of the old metal, Exodus and Death Angel and Testament and stuff like that. And he's really come a long ways in a short period of time, and that kid is just phenomenal. And then Derek, the bass player, he studied jazz actually at the University of North Texas up there in Denton, and he's an incredible player. And his influences are wide, of course, as you can imagine, with his favorite bass player being Cliff Burton, if you can imagine that. And so that's just kind of where we're at. So it's a well-rounded group of musicians with different backgrounds and different tastes, and that all gels real well. And of course, when you're dealing with good people, that really helps too. And and everybody's they're just a great group of guys.
Yeah. We have got great guests with us today. Rich from Metonic joins us here on our big program. So this latest track we are going to play here in a few moments, you guys have got a lot of cool music. How do people support you guys and find you online and all the various places?
So all of the social media channels, of course, you can find it. Just look for Metonic Band. You're going to YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, and then, of course, our Facebook page. Just look for Metonic Band. You'll find that. And then that's the web address as well as metonicband.com.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put you on a brief hold. We are going to play this track, and when we come back, we will chat about it. It is Rich from Metonic. His song is Live Fast, and it's here on your Sunday radio broadcasting.
This is
It is Rich from Metonic. Join us live here on our big broadcast. We go back to Rich. He joins us. So let's talk a little bit about this track that we just played, Live Fast. Tell us a little bit about the track.
All right, so Live Fast, it's a double entendre, if you will. We use the imagery of, maybe somebody speeding fast on a motorcycle, or they're driving their car at excessive speeds, sliding around corners, all this other type of stuff. But the reality is that it's about, somebody who's living their life very fast, drinking and doing drugs and all sorts of stuff like that, where they end up in a bad situation and they end up flaming out at the end, and dying in a spectacular fashion. And that's, the kind of the basic idea behind the lyrical content of the tune.
We have got a great guest with us today. Joins us live here in our broadcast. Rich is with us from Metonic. So before we let you go, what are some future plans that you guys have?
Well, we are, still getting out and playing about once a month in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're playing in Dallas on Friday, actually, and then in January we'll be over in Fort Worth. And so the immediate plans are just to continue to, push forward, push the new single which you just played. Thank you, and play shows, and hopefully get hooked up with some festivals.
That's awesome. Before we let you go, how do we find your guys' stuff online and support what you're doing?
Again, just search for Metonic Band. You'll be able to find all of that. If you go to metonicband.com, that's the website. That's where the show informations will be. It's also on Reverb Nation. The press kit is out there on Metonic Band. And then Facebook is probably the easiest thing, because that one gets updated more often, so it'll have all of the show information, where you can go and find the music and all of those other types of things. Pandora, Spotify, YouTube are always good resources to be able to go and find the stuff and see you at a show. We'll be able to get you, physical copies of things, or just that I am on, Facebook or something like that. And, if you need a physical copy, any other merch or whatever, we can always get it out.
Pretty good stuff. Well, thank you, sir. Thanks for making time for us. And we will talk to you soon. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday. Thank you, sir.
Excellent. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. There he goes. That's Rich from the fantastic Metonic. And they join us today here on our big broadcast. So we are going to take a brief time out. When we come back, we've got more.
The jig is a Jaguar. Well, the jig, jig, jig. The jig is a Jaguar. Well, the jig, jig, jig. The jig is a Jaguar.